Hey guys, got a 20-minute game on the board. My opponent is from India, rated 1154. Started with e4, I've played e5. Okay, we'll play it with a straight bat. Normal king's pawn opening. We'll see what we get. So what's it going to be? Italian, Scotch, Spanish? Two knights? Ponziani. Okay, so c3, the idea of this is to push d4 and support d4. Makes a lot of sense. Is d5 a move now and then? d5 pawn takes, I've got queen takes, don't really fancy that idea. Don't find this terribly often, but it's perfectly good. Doesn't do anything to release this bishop, of course. I could develop my bishop, I could develop my other knight. So if he plays this, and I take, he's got the knight looking at that square, and I've got a knight looking at that square. I could play my bishop out here, that also defends that square, so let's try that one. Bishop sometimes ends up dropping back to b6, but this is all good. It's still on this diagonal, pointing to the square where the white king wants to castle. So now I have 3 attackers against this square. This is a 1:15 game for me. I'm at my highest rapid rating of 15:59, so this would, if I can manage a win, this would take me to 15:60. Okay, out comes the bishop. Now because my bishop's come out, I can simply play my knight there and then castle on the next move, if he wants to bring his knight in, so let's just go ahead and do that. Also means that d5 is playable. 2 attackers and 2 defenders on that square. Wow! Okay, so we have a bishop sack. I'm just going to take. Knight can't take there, it's defended. Wow. Okay, so I'm thinking now that a kind of a manual castle. Maybe rook f8, seeing as I've got a semi-open f-file. What's the point of this move? Allows the bishop to come out. Okay, I'm going to play that. Didn't play d4, he just played d3. So I want to get my king to safety anyway. d6 is possible, maybe d5. Well, that's a surprising sacrifice this early on, because he's got little else developed, you see. Okay, I've got 1, 2, 3 attackers. There's 1, 2, 3 defenders. So my king is actually in a slightly better position than white's king. So I'm going to go ahead and take here. If takes, I just need to move my bishop. This pawn is actually hanging. So I'm thinking just dropping the bishop back to b6. Could move here, which could be met by a couple of different ways to block. Undeveloping this knight wouldn't make sense. It'd be much better off developing one of those 2 pieces. So I'm just going to drop my bishop back there, keep it on this diagonal. If he castles, that's not a bad sign. He can't really castle now because he loses a pawn. I also want to get my king back to g8. There's no light squared bishop, so I'm not worried about this diagonal too much. Oh, he's coming in, isn't he? He is coming in. So he's defending this pawn. I think centralising the knight looks sensible. I've also got rook e8 maybe, or queen e8, queen e7, which would pin this pawn to the king, but then he castles on the next move, and my knight's then hanging. So I think centralise the knight. Also blocks off any check from the queen here. So I'm going to get my king to safety. I'm going to eliminate these central pawns. My opponent is actually behind on development now. This is move 9. And he's still 1, 2, 3, 4 moves away from completing development. Two attackers, 2 defenders on that. My queen can't come out to any of these squares. You can't take there, I'll just capture. No, you can't advance, sorry, e6. Right, okay, so he's attacking my undefended knight, which is also pinned. That's a good move. So I think dropping the knight back to here makes some sense. But let's have a think. Can't eliminate this pawn, can't defend with a queen. Yeah, I didn't consider that. That's not a bad move. Okay, knight back there is the only way I can defend the knight. What if he plays this now? I can defend with a pawn. He's playing a good game. I still have a check, but it's easy to block. Okay, so he's now attacking the defender of the knight. So if takes, say queen takes, he gets this knight. So I think I need to push c6 and defend this knight another time. Does not make sense for my opponent to trade material. He's only got 2 minor pieces and the queen developed. There's no pawn that can attack this knight, which I'm happy about. Right, out comes that knight. Good stuff. Knight's still pinned. Problems. But I do only lose a pawn, potentially. So let's say... So if he takes there and I recapture, knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes with check, then my king's kind of exposed, yeah? I could pin the knight. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. Pin the knight. Whatever happens, I can always just eliminate this knight. I like this player. I like his aggressive style. Okay, I'm going to take out the knight and just eliminate that problem. Okay, pawn takes, which means this knight is still pinned. Right. Do I try and run away with the king now? He's got a pawn that can attack the knight. So king here, pawn there, the knight is not pinned. But where can it go? Say here, then he moves again and attacks my knight and a discovered check. So is there any way to block that checking line? I mean, that's an idea, moving the king away, or here. King e8. This just doesn't look safe right now because it maintains the pin on the knight. King e8. Can't go there. I don't like that. That's possible. Can't go there. That just looks really scary. He's got checks, he's got a knight and a bishop there. No, king e8 I think is the move. Whew. This knight's also pinned. This knight is no longer pinned. Can always move my knight there, it's defended by the rook. Could think about kicking his bishop away, get my pawns on dark squares, make life harder for that bishop. I'm on 13 minutes, he's just under 16. Got maybe queen here, try and trade my way out of trouble. I don't feel like I'm in very real danger right now, but my, yeah, there are lights flashing. Glad he hasn't got his light square bishop now. Good play so far, I'm saying in the comments. He is down on material, he's down a whole bishop for a pawn. But his compensation is that he's made my king move around. I can't now castle. But does he have enough firepower to mount a convincing attack? This is what we do not know. d6 is possible, trade off. These pawns have got him some space. But all I need to do at this point is to force trades if I can. Moving my queen would get rid of the pin on that knight as well. This is the most likely next move. Is this knight can't really progress. So if here, I might just go up there, protected by the rook, and then I could cramp the bishop. Signal strength isn't that good. He's disconnected a couple of times. And queen here and attack the pawn, possibly. I'll just prompt it to move forwards. What are you going to do then? He's having a good old think. Hope he hasn't disconnected on me. Apparently he's still there. Pawn forward. I like knight there. Might get kicks, could come back. Also from there I do have a check, potentially as well. So the imbalance in my favour is material. I have more pieces, but they are still kind of trapped in. This light squared bishop isn't in the game, neither is this rook. So I do want to think about getting them out. So maybe pushing the pawn forwards. If he pushes, I take with the bishop. Pawn forwards, he takes, I take with the queen. That's probably my next logical idea. However, eliminating this pawn would then leave a line straight to my king. So that's kind of my favoured move right now. Queen might come back here and look at this pawn down there. It's certainly interesting times. Let's push that. Even rook there might be an idea. The more moves that you can consider, the stronger you will be. Looks like I might have lost my opponent. It's taken about 3 minutes. This is just really trying to think his way through this. Still there. I'm not worried about the queen coming here. What am I going to do in that case? Always move the rook across. Or just push the pawn forwards. He hasn't replied to my chat either. So ideas. Don't really fancy that one. I don't want to open up my king. So that's a plan. That may be as well. Even knight back to there. Pair the knights up. I think I might have lost him. He's under 9 minutes now. So he played his first moves a bit quicker than me. So he was up on time. I had to spend all of this time on one move. Makes me think we might have lost him. Signal's really low. He's only got 1 bar on his connection there. Poor connection, high lag, it says. What have I got? Excellent connection, very low lag. Hee. Does that help me? We do not know. Is he trying to bore me into abandoning the game? Hope not. It's not going to work. Is that even a move? Removes the target. See, if queen goes here, there. Don't think queen coming in is much of a problem. Well, that pawn would be undefended. Let's say queen here, there, kick the bishop. He has to move the bishop. I get to put my knight here. Not too bad. It's under 7 minutes now. Let's review then. Ponziani. Interesting to know what the computer says about this. Whether is that the right response to it, I don't know. Because I don't normally play e5 against e4. Normally play e6 and play the French, where I know what I'm doing. He's down towards 6 minutes now. So this really does give me a massive time advantage as well. That's the issue. Okay, now he's disconnected completely. So he's going to resign in 2 minutes. What's he got? I'm not too worried about the rooks coming in, centralising. Don't think that's an issue. The knight can't come forward. The bishop really doesn't have much here. Bishop takes knight, queen takes. It's just good for me. So I'm expecting, if he does make another move in the next minute and a half, be something like that. And if that, I think I'm happy with this. Hit the bishop, bishop retreats. Or even just knight there. Oh, I can't play knight there, it hangs the queen. So if this move, what am I going to do? Maybe it's rook h8. Keep it really simple. Queen can't go there, there, there. That's alright. Right, it's got 45 seconds now. But we will do a review. It's important to learn from every game, eh? Not sure about this move. Let's say queen there, knight there. Queen just grabs the pawn. Queen grabs pawn. Rook is safe, this pawn's hanging. Knight back to here defends the pawn. Queen can't go there because of the knight. That's a trade. I get a bishop out of that. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's disconnected and it's all over. Okay, now the question is, how did we do? So let's pull up the game review. Did I have an advantage? I'd imagine the computer tends to favour material. So yeah, but actually at the end it's slightly favoured white. 1 blunder each, right. Interesting, let's find out. Okay, book. Mistake. I overlooked an opportunity to threaten the capture. It doesn't tell me the best move at this point, and for the first few moves it tends not to. So let's pull up the Explorer and see what the Grandmasters do. Alright, let's flip the board, hit X. So he had e4, e5, knight f3, knight c6, and then this. Right, okay. So the most common moves here are, number 1, knight to there, attacking that pawn. Got it. The second most popular move is d5, which we did consider. And then f5 as well. But bishop c5 has been played only 8 times and white tends to win. Right, that's good to know. So against the Ponziani, need to bring out the knight. Create an immediate threat. Good to know. Alright. So that's it. That's all I really need to know. You know, you don't want to go necessarily too deep into every game. But let's go back, because I'd like to know what my blunder was. Just has to calculate it all again now. Okay, so my opponent actually played with higher accuracy as well. So that's a mistake. That's book, blunder, yep. Best move. Not bad. Best. Good, I'm happy about that. That's good, but trade. There. Good time to get out of trouble, but what is the best move here? Ah, okay. Yeah, it's interesting actually, because this would have probably forced a trade of some kind, which is only good for me because I'm already up a piece. Yeah, okay, so I went there. He moves forward, which is okay. That's a mistake. Best move was, ooh, the aggressive knight e4. Okay, queen comes out now. That's best. Bishop out. Best move. Best move. Not bad, but okay. So it was saying retreat the king. Yeah. King g8. So what would have happened? Knight takes. Pawn takes. Yeah, that's okay actually, because I think I was worried about knight takes, knight takes. Sorry, pawn takes, and then if queen comes in, I said that this was pinned, but it's not, like we say, it's not too bad, right? Because now if queen takes, knight takes, bishop takes, and I actually win myself a bishop out of that exchange. So I didn't calculate that through. Okay, interesting stuff. There you go. So, unsatisfying game, but it's always an opportunity to learn. That's the important thing. So, yeah, well done to my opponent. He really had me on the ropes in that one, and was just beaten by the connection, unfortunately. So I hope that's been useful for you. Thanks for watching. See you soon.